Hi there, my gruesome gals, gory guys, and all you wonderful creatures in between. Welcome back to My Horror History. We've got a super special episode lined up today. My friend Lucy Parks and I have scored an advanced screener for the wild new horror comedy Corporate Retreat, directed by Aaron Fisher and starring Odeya Rush, Alan Ruck, Sasha Lane, Ashton Sanders, and Rosanna Arquette. We were hyped to get this early look, and so we're dropping you the full review today. Before we dive in, a quick reminder to hit us up on Patreon. It's 100% free to join, and you can find us at patreon.com/myhorrorhistory for extra reviews and just some things like fantastic websites and stores and things I think you'll find interesting. Also, you can follow us on at myhorrorhistory.pod on all the socials. Massive thanks to Jay Goldstein PR for hooking us up with the screener. And if you've got a film or a project you'd like us to review, we'd love to get our teeth into it. So send anything over and we'll see what we can do. Oh, and a real quick one. During the chat, I bring up a Danny Dyer horror flick, but I drew a complete blank on the title. Blame it on me being a woman of a certain age. The movie I was thinking about is Severance from 2006. All right then, lights out, grab the popcorn and enjoy the show. So today we're going to review Corporate Retreat, which is a savage horror dark comedy. It sends up a group of ambitious young executives on a luxury team building escape, only to strip them down into brutal blood-soaked fight for survival. And it was directed by Aaron Fisher, written by Aaron Fisher and Kerri Lee Romero, not related to George A. Romero. I did check that. And it stars Odeya Rush, Sion Moreno, Ashton Sanders, Alan Ruck, and Rosanna Arquette and Kirby Johnson. So, what did we think? So, Luce, do you want to give your first initial thoughts before we get into the nitty-gritty of it?
What can I say?
Let me just say we were given a screener and we really appreciate the PR firm that sent it to us. We do appreciate the screener. It was very lovely of you to invite us to watch the film.
Yes, thank you. Initial thoughts. I like the concept. Obviously, it's a bit Saw-esque and kind of Ready or Not type vibe, and I like Saw. Yeah, so I definitely like the concept. Probably erring on the side of too gory for me, which I never thought I'd ever say. And I don't think, I think I don't really care about the characters and their stories or anything like that. And I think for me personally, I prefer a horror film when I do care. Plenty of them out there where I don't care. So yeah, but a bit of a mixed bag of feelings, I think.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think it was a bit of a mixed bag for me. It kind of an interesting idea. Maybe it would have been better if you didn't know who was tormenting them.
Yeah.
And they were put through games. And then you found out in the end, but then I don't know. And you're right, it was difficult to like any of the characters. Because I suppose we're gonna probably spoil things a little bit. Try not to spoil things too much, but it kind of puts it out there to begin with. Anyway, they are a bunch of tech bro types, and they're young and they're go-getters, and they're kind of everything that in society that's wrong with society. Apart from one girl who's just there with her boyfriend, and that's where I'd like to start. That scene at the beginning when they arrive at the retreat. And those two decide to go out on the patio bit and start to have sex. And I thought, why would you do that? Anybody could come out any minute. Why wouldn't you just go to your room?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I just don't think that happens in real life, does it? I've just never seen anybody do that. But yeah, I don't think it does. And
The only purpose was to put something that crops up later in a place.
Yeah.
So that was a bit strange. And even though this girl wasn't part of the tech bro team, she was just there, dragged along by her boyfriend. Which again, would you do if you were on a company retreat?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that bit, and she was like, he promised her a romantic weekend away,
Mm.
And then he's like, oh, actually, no, this is actually a corporate retreat. So it's like an away day for his work, and he dragged his girlfriend there. Yeah, I think if I was the girlfriend, I'd probably be a bit annoyed, to be honest. What the
Yeah, I
hell's
wouldn't
going
be
on?
having sex on the patio with him.
I'd probably be driving home, and that'd be the end of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. And I think another thing that this first kind of 10, 15 minutes reminded me of is they've got um a fairly well-known actress who I was very excited to see in this, and they kill her off in the first 10 minutes
See, I didn't even clock that that was her. So,
because she's not there long enough.
well, that's it. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought they have their like they introduce the characters, don't they? And this kind of
Mm,
like Tarantino style. I was like,
yeah.
that looks it just reminded me of Kill Bill, the way they kind of um yeah, the character names, and I kind of thought, is it that deep? Does anybody really care? I don't know.
Mm. Yeah, and it's like that did feel a bit out of place with the rest of the film as well, because the rest of the film isn't like that. And you, like I
No,
say, and I get the comparison to Ready or Not because I did think for a little bit, or maybe this girl's brought out there and she's got to like survive the night, and they're going to torment her.
yeah.
But we kind of get the gist within that after that first kill that this
Mm.
company retreat isn't going to be what any of them think it's going to be. As they polish off the first person quite quickly. And I don't have anything against big stars coming in and being killed off quite quickly, but in
No.
Scream, you get something of her. So you kind of, she's tormented and you want her to survive. This one, she just goes down into a basement, sees something she shouldn't see, and gets killed.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
they didn't earn the death in my mind.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It kind of, when I think about the film, kind of in its entirety, there was a lot of gore, and I felt that that was kind of almost masking just the things that kind of didn't work.
Um,
Um, like I said before, I really enjoyed the kind of the concept of it, and I think I'd quite like, yeah, if I could see it done in a slightly different way, that would be great. But yeah, I think there was a lot of gore to kind of mask things, and
Yeah,
it,
yeah, because it's like in my mind there's like a series on Prime called Perfect Strangers, and it's not really a horror film by any stretch of the term, but that's about a whole group of people who don't know each other going to a very posh retreat to be
right,
cleansed and stuff, and things start to go wrong and people have bad experiences there. And I thought, oh, maybe this is going to be like that, but more gory. Kind of would, but kind of wasn't, because, like you say, then it brings up that Saw element. So for listeners, it starts pretty soon that they have to do tasks, and if
mm,
they don't do the tasks, then something bad will happen. And there's these two women that are there, and they're pretty, and they're like, "Oh, hello, welcome. We're here to make your retreat really lovely." And they're in charge of making them do the tasks, and it's just these two women. It's like six of them or something, and you think, surely they could take these down. There's only two of
well,
them.
but then you could say that, I think, about a lot of films, couldn't you? When you
Yeah,
try and apply any kind of logic to these things, it doesn't work, because yeah, you're right, you probably could. And
yeah,
so I find it fascinating with a lot of things. And again, it's, obviously it's just fiction, but this kind of need for people to survive. Um,
mm,
and I see comments kind of online about, if there was a zombie apocalypse, for instance, people would say, I would just kill myself. I'd just die, because I don't have that need to survive. Why does
mm,
the things, in this movie that they're kind of made to do to try and survive? I'm just like, no, I'd quite happily refuse quite most of them, I think. I'd just
yes,
be
yeah.
killed instantly.
Yeah, I think I would as well. But I guess that is something good about this film is these people are walking egos.
Yes.
So they think that well, of course I can do this because I am the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm a big tech person and I've got lots of money and I backstab people. So and that's it. It's the backstabbing. Maybe that's what it was trying to say. Maybe it was trying to say something about that kind of business and what it's like now and all the backstabbing because that's one of the reasons why none of them are likable. It's because they will just offer each other up. Really, I mean, they try to save each other a little bit, but not much.
Yeah,
It's
I don't think you kind of get to know them enough, do you, to kind
mm,
of see any connection between the characters and, kind of connection for ourselves as the viewers, I suppose.
mm.
Um, yeah, it was, yeah,
No, it was. I mean, the thing is, it's. I mean, it's not a very big budget film, but it's not a teeny tiny budget film either because it's got some very good actors in it. Some very well known actors as well. But if you think about this film is an hour and a half, and like you say, you don't get to know these characters. You
no,
spend most of that time with them and quite a lot of them because it's not like they get picked off quickly in succession because the tasks take quite a while. You think through the tasks you would get to know them, but you don't. And so you spend an hour and a half with them. You don't like them and you don't particularly know them and you're not sure whether you're really meant to root for them or the person who's trying to kill them. It's
yeah,
also
I
not
didn't.
particularly likable.
Well, exactly, I didn't like anybody.
Not even the girl who's meant to be like she is
No,
she's put there to be the final girl, and I wasn't even bothered about her.
they could all go.
Yeah, and I thought, well, that's an hour and a half. Cabin in the Woods is only an hour and 35 minutes, and not only do you know everything about the people who are trying to survive, you know everything about all the people in the background who were trying to kill her as well. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
feels like they didn't get enough into the characters, and that's what you've said right from the beginning. You didn't care about them because you didn't know anything about them, and I felt a bit sorry they that we didn't get to know them, even though they
yeah,
were all horrible.
yeah. I mean, maybe that's the point. I don't know.
Mm,
It's difficult to say, isn't it? Really, because we didn't make the movie, but um, it's almost as if, with some of these horror films, and it's not just this one, things like Final Destination as well. I think they make, some of the characters in that just so unlikable. And then the main characters are a bit more likable, and they've got a bit more of a story and you can feel empathy for them. But perhaps with this movie, we just don't feel empathy for them. I don't know. You're just not supposed to because it makes it easier to see them go.
mm.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And do you think we were meant to feel anything for the person trying to kill them? Or is he just as dislikable as the rest of them? I mean, essentially, he was, spoilers here, he was a guy who used to run the company, set up the company, was older than them, and they ousted him out of his own company. And so he set up this retreat to teach them all a lesson by killing them, doing
Yeah.
other nasty things to them.
Yeah, getting his revenge. No, I didn't really
Mm.
like him, to be honest. Um, the only thing I did like about him was that he reminded me in a very small way, I think, of Negan from The Walking Dead. Like some of his lines and some of the way, some of the way he was kind of the
Mm.
pace, how he was talking and stuff, reminded me a bit of that. Um, but yeah, I don't think there was much to like about him either. But then the bad
Well,
guy never really wins, do they?
they
Unless
don't,
you like
but
Ryan.
I think he had a little bit more character than everybody else, though. I guess because they had
Yeah,
to give him a
yeah,
story in order for him to be doing what
yeah,
he was doing. And also, Alan Ruck's a brilliant actor. So,
yeah. But then it's is that still enough to still enough to just want to see all this destruction and also take part in it himself as well because
mm,
he did on a couple of the tasks, didn't he?
yeah,
Um,
'cause it's all about ascending to
responsible.
a higher level and becoming a better person. He wanted to make them all better people by torturing them, and whoever survived would ascend to this extra level of wonderfulness and genius and goodness. It's just craziness, especially what you have to do to finally ascend to that level, which I think
Yeah,
is the gruesomeness you're probably talking about.
yeah, the eye one. Yeah,
Mm.
how much I'm allowed to give away, but yeah, I didn't really enjoy that. To be honest. I
I
think,
have to
yeah,
say, I thought that bit was brilliant.
did you?
I actually think the makeup effects in this were really good.
Yeah, I mean, I
Mm,
agree with that. I think it was pretty realistic actually when I think about
mm.
it. I don't have any problems with that at all. And it
I don't
reminded
know
me a
if you
bit.
could actually do it. I don't know if eyes work like that.
Well, I wouldn't. I'd be out on that route.
I would as well. I just don't know if eyes work like that. Maybe they do. I don't know enough about them.
Well, I think, yeah, you could probably, yeah. I think it probably would work like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to
Also,
think of Hostel. That's another movie that does
mm,
eyes.
mm.
Um,
Yeah,
I
if you've
that
got a thing
that
about eyes, don't watch this one.
yeah is very eyebally, very eyebally. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was definitely the worst bit for me. I think.
Mm. It was pretty gruesome. And also, I think if you, I, I don't know if you could do that. I don't know if anybody could do that to themselves, cause themselves that much pain. And also, I have a tendency to think for things like that, you'd probably pass out from the pain.
Yeah,
Mm.
probably. Well, I think that yeah, they're just the psychological. Well, I wouldn't get past. I just wouldn't get past even thinking about doing it. I don't think
No, no.
because yeah, the psychological aspect of it would just get me. I think before anything else.
Mm. Yeah. And I just think the ending in the end, after that, the hideousness of that bit, I just think it was a bit, all right, okay, that's the end of it. you know.
I, yeah, with the whole concept in general, I think is just there was nothing new. I don't think
Mm,
aside from it kind of being a bit more gory, I suppose, than I'm used to kind of seeing. Um, I just think, yeah, there was nothing new. I just didn't think, wow, that's an interesting concept. It's kind of all been done before. I definitely think for me, it's one of those movies that I would sit down, with somebody and probably laugh quite a lot at. Um,
yeah.
and there were moments where I was laughing by myself, particularly when they brought the syringe out to do the antidote. Syringe was massive.
Yeah.
It was huge. I was like, yeah, and it does say it's a horror comedy, and
Mm,
I'm trying to think, I'm trying to kind of ascertain in my brain how that works. What am I supposed to be laughing at?
mm.
Am I
You,
supposed to be laughing at this serious or?
yeah, I don't think the comedy was funny enough to really say, oh yeah, this was brilliantly funny sort of thing. It was,
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, also, like the big syringe, was the big syringe, like you say, was it meant to be funny or are we laughing at it rather than with it?
Yeah, I was definitely laughing at it.
Mm.
Because I just thought that that syringe is massive. Like I've never seen a syringe that big before,
Mm. And
ever.
I think maybe we were meant to be laughing at the girls as well. I think they were meant to be funny. You were holding them hostage, but one of them was
Yeah.
kind of bumbling and stupid, and you thought, well, if she's bumbling and stupid, and there's only two of you, how are these people not escaping? They're meant to be like these genius tech people, but they're not getting past this one who clearly doesn't know what she's doing. And really, at the end of the day, they're not like hardened criminals or anything. They're just disciples of this nutcase.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I'm trying to apply logic again here. But that would never happen. Like I
Mm.
just don't think women like that exist.
No,
But
they don't.
maybe I'm
No, I
wrong.
don't think they do either. No, no. I'm just thinking whether there was anything else that caught my eye. Yeah, I just think didn't have much empathy for the final girl. She was there and she got through it. We're not sure why she had such determination to get through it, other than she wasn't rich. So, I think that's how we're meant to find empathy with her and want her to survive, because she isn't one of them. So, but she didn't seem like a particularly nice person either, really. So it was difficult to get on board with her. So I
Yeah.
think the
Yeah.
games were quite solid, the little games that they had to play. They were
Mm.
all right, but like you say, it's nothing we haven't seen before. So,
Yeah, I think the first, I can't remember what each of them, yeah, I mean, I only watched it last night, but I can't remember each of them specific, which numbers they all came in at. But
oh,
yeah, the first one, I think, with the kind of steam room might have been a bit of escape room,
mm,
which I really like, actually. I love escape room, and the sequel to that as well. I think it's great, great movie. But yeah, it did remind me of that. Although it's not steam, it's kind of fire, I think, in escape room. But um, yeah, I can't remember all of the others. I think yeah, the one that was near the end was pretty gruesome as well. I think that was after the eyeballs,
mm,
um, with the kind of mini stakes. But again, I just think, well, it was obvious that nobody was going to survive that because they
mm.
didn't. Yeah.
And isn't the eyeball enough, really? Do we have to go for the stakes as well?
I know, but it was, yeah, and I think it was the ones in the ears, and I just thought, well,
Mm,
and he was like, got to insert it down to this level, and I'm thinking, well, nobody's going to survive that. Well, I guess
mm.
that's the point. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, it was a strange, because you kind of think the eyes would be the final act, but no, yeah, this is tagged on as well. But I don't know. I suppose there has to be a way for the final girl to escape after she's gone through everything that she's gone through.
yeah. But I'd like to see more movies where nobody survives. To be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah. I mean, I like it sometimes. I mean, well, I often root. I mean, I like a good slasher, so I'm often rooting for somebody to survive to the end, because brings me comfort to know that there's a way through it,
mm.
sort of thing.
And Sydney
But
Prescott's got to survive.
oh yeah, always, always. um, but it is good sometimes when people don't survive, because if
Mm.
you meet some kind of nutcase whose business is killing, then the chances are you won't survive it. But I
I
guess
think,
it's a bit bleak, and we live in bleak times.
yeah, but I love just thinking about that and surviving and stuff. The end of Saw, where there is kind of no hope at the end of that one.
Mm,
I do love the
yeah,
end. I think it's one of my favorite endings for sure.
it's a
So
very good ending.
I mean, that might have made the difference in this film if nobody had survived.
But then would they be able to call it a comedy if nobody survives?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's it. I think it just wanted to be gory fun, but it just wasn't fun enough.
Yes, it was kind of mild in some cases and too extreme in the other. In other
Mm,
cases, and it almost needed to meet itself in the middle. Um, yeah, I just think, yeah, a bit more. Give your characters a bit more of a backstory.
mm,
And the story in general. Like I said, the concept of it was quite good. Although it has been done time and time again, but I think for me it would have been, good to see, if there's corporate kind of away days, I don't know, the people at the very, very top. I mean, I guess some of that kind of happened, get their comeuppance, and the people
mm.
that weren't at the top survived, more of them. Um, yeah, that might have made it a bit better for me, but certainly didn't look like any of our corporate away days.
No, no. There is a better one, but I can't remember what it's called. And this is going to sound strange when I say that it's a better one. And it's got Danny Dyer in it, so I'll have to look it up and tag it
Oh,
on to the end of the episode. And it's from years ago. That's got to be like 2008 or something like that. So yeah. And that's a corporate retreat one where they go out into the woods and all end up getting hunted. Yeah, so that is a comedy. That is fun, I seem to remember. It's been a long time since I watched it, but I remember it being fun. And I think that's what this one lacks. It lacks fun. They tried
Yeah,
so the bad guy tried to be the fun, and it was amusing on occasion, but
yeah,
not enough, I think.
yeah, and just not different enough. I think
Yeah, yeah.
it's kind of. I think we've just seen it all before, and
Oh,
yeah, there wasn't really anything new to kind of think, oh, that's great. And when I was reading about it online, and people were saying, oh, lots of twists and turns, and I'm thinking, well, I guess there were a few moments where I wasn't expecting, like the first woman that died, like you
oh,
said, didn't necessarily expect that so quickly. Um,
no.
I suppose there was a little bit of that, but nothing that kind
Oh,
of I truly thought, wow, that's never been done before, or that's different.
oh,
Uh,
yeah. So, to round this up, what would you give this out of 5?
um, one. I'm sorry.
No, I think I would go to 1.5, I think. Mainly because I just really like Alan Ruck. Maybe it's because it's Ferris Bueller's Day Off he's from. So,
Yeah,
yeah, and I love that. And I love Succession. So, so I like to see him. I just would have liked to see more of the other big name in it, but unfortunately
yeah,
got cut short.
yeah.
Right.
Like put on the old Gore anyway.
Yeah, yeah. If you like gore, then I think you'll find there's some enjoyable parts to this.
You enjoy annoying people getting killed.
Yeah, if you enjoy annoying people getting killed and just not caring about who lives or dies, then you'll enjoy it. Maybe that's the point. Maybe because they're all that kind of person, we're not meant to care whether they live or die.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Maybe the fact that
Mm,
they don't backstory, or you don't know anything about them, so you can't feel empathy for them, or it's hard to feel empathy for them. Is the point?
mm.
Supposed to.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe there was a deeper message there that we just didn't
I'll take
get.
take that one.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this special episode, Luce.
No
And
worries for having me
hope,
back. It's great.
no problem. Hopefully, please, if anybody else wants to send us a screener, we'd be more than glad to review it again. And hopefully, next time we'll have some better things to say about it. But we did appreciate it being sent to us. It was a big thrill. So, well,
Yeah.
thanks, Luce.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And that's a wrap on today's review. A massive thank you to my amazing friend Lucy for joining me today. It's always a blast to have you on the show. Huge thanks once again to Jay Goldstein PR for hooking us up with the early screener of Corporate Retreat. We really appreciate it and we had so much fun reviewing it, so thanks again for that. Before we head off, I want to drop you a quick podcast recommendation you all need on your radar. Go check out Surviving Horror. Hosts Leighton and Danny take a look at all our favourite horror movies from the ultimate angle, how to actually survive until the end credits. It's fantastic, so definitely give them a listen. If you want to share your horror story and join me on the show, please hit me up. You can reach me directly at myhorrorhistory.pod@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you and maybe get you on the show. As for next month's episode, I'm beyond excited to announce that I will be joined by Diana Driscoll from one of my all-time favourite podcasts, Aim for the Head. That episode drops on September the 1st, and I genuinely cannot wait for you to hear it. Until next time, my friends, stay creepy.